The alarm blinked 6:30 a.m., and 2 phones lit the room like small billboards. She scrolled headlines. He checked emails. Breakfast turned into bites between notifications until one of them said, "This isn't how I want us to start." Today, we're building morning habits for couples that make the day feel like a team sport. Imagine a kitchen where the first sound isn't a ringtone. It's a kettle beginning to sing, or a coffee maker sputtering a friendly rhythm. The dog thumps a tail against the cabinet. You exchange a look that says, "Good morning, you," before anyone names a task. Welcome to Whispered Hearts, English, where ordinary moments carry the weight of love. We don't promise perfect routines. We promise small rituals that fit real lives and still feel beautiful. If your mornings have been more rush than connection, you're in the right place. There's a reason mornings matter. Research shows the early rhythm sets your body and brain for the hours ahead. If your first minutes together say safety, the day hears it, and so does your relationship. When safety grows, closeness travels with you into meetings, carpools, and commutes. Here's the quiet secret many couples miss, and it's a curiosity worth testing. You don't need an hour to change your morning. You need a handful of repeatable signals. A word, a touch, a laugh, a plan, a breath, a step outside. Which signal would change your mood fastest tomorrow? But there's something even quieter holding love together at sunrise. It's not the artisanal latte art or the perfect playlist. It's the way you greet each other before the world takes your attention. Your greeting is a door. Walk through it on purpose. Start with a soft hello that belongs to just you. It might be a hand over a hand on the counter. It might be a 6-second hug that lowers your shoulders and reminds your heart where home is. It might be a whispered, "There you are," spoken like a blessing. What would your private hello sound like? Let's layer in breath, because calm is contagious. Stand by the window and share 3 easy breaths, 4 counts in, 6 counts out. Feel your feet on the floor. Let the morning light soften your faces. Could you share 3 breaths before you touch a screen? Now comes a habit that tastes like kindness, a shared sip. Tea, coffee, lemon water. Choose what your body's like. Sit where the light is friendly, not harsh. Hold warm mugs and trade 1 sentence each about how you want the day to feel. What would your sentence be? Gratitude works better than caffeine on certain mornings. Keep it specific and brief, so it stays light. Thank you for taking the trash. Thanks for handling bedtime last night. I appreciated your calm when I was scattered. Which one-line thank you can you offer tomorrow? Here's a habit that saves hours of confusion later. A tiny planning huddle. Stand at the counter or sit on the porch and trade the day's top 2. I've got a deadline at 10 and pick up at 5. I'll handle the call at noon and start dinner. Align, then give each other 1 small assist. What assist would lighten your partner's day? If your mornings allow, add a short walk that feels like a promise. 5 to 10 minutes around the block. The air holds whatever season you're in. Crisp winter edges that wake your cheeks, or a spring rain scent that makes the neighborhood smell green. Walk side by side so your words can come easy. Could a tiny loop fit your timeline? Movement doesn't have to be outside. Stretch on the living room rug while the heater clicks on like a metronome. Touch toes, roll shoulders, shake out wrists. Let your bodies remember you live here together. What stretch always feels good at dawn? Before we keep going, try this interactive check-in for your next sunrise. Ask, what's one thing I can carry for us today? Then listen for something small, a call to make, a ride to arrange, a reminder to send. How would it feel if help arrived before you asked? Music can turn a kitchen into a quiet celebration. Create a 3-song morning soundtrack. Track 1 for waking, track 2 for moving, track 3 for out the door. Keep it the same on weekdays so your bodies learn the cues. Which song would open your morning like sun through blinds? Screens aren't the enemy. Urgency is. Try a 30-minute buffer where phones live face down in a basket. If work demands a peek, narrate it warmly. I'm checking one message, then I'm back with you. Transparency keeps trust warm. Would a small buffer help in your house? Not every morning starts gentle. Sometimes you snap because the clock is loud and your patience is thin. This is where repair shows its strength. Try, I'm sorry for the edge. I'm stressed, not angry with you. I'll reboot and set a 10-minute timer so we can reset. Offer a small action, then keep it. How would your home feel if repair arrived early? When the plan slips, shrink the goal until it fits your real life. 2 breaths, 1 sentence of kindness, a hand squeeze before you leave the driveway. Small counts because small repeats. Which tiny version could you promise even on hard days? Shared breakfast doesn't need to be a production. Peanut butter toast cut into triangles, oatmeal with sliced banana, a skillet of eggs with whatever's in the fridge. Sit for 5 minutes, even if you can't stay for 15. What 5-minute breakfast could you love? Add a micro-ritual for delight, a sprinkling of cinnamon that becomes your thing. A shared bowl of berries, 2 forks, 1 grin, a sticky note under the mug that says, "Today's you is my favorite." Delight is fuel. What would delight look like on your counter? If you drive to work, turn the commute into a bridge, not a goodbye. Send a 30-second voice memo at the first red light. Thinking of you. Hope the noon call feels easy. Save me a story for dinner. Keep it short and soft so it's easy to repeat. What would your memo say? For partners on different schedules, leave trail markers. A note on the fridge, a heart on the calendar, a text timed to buzz during their break. Ritual travels even when you don't. Which trail marker would make you feel thought of at 11 a.m.? Mornings also love laughter, because laughter loosens fear. Keep a tiny playlist of clips you know will get at least a smile. Share only one to avoid a rabbit hole. Let the laugh be a spark, not a detour. What short clip always works for you? Food and movement carry the body. Words carry the heart. Offer 1 line of admiration before you part. Not a compliment about appearance unless invited. Admiration about character. I love how thorough you are. You're brave with new things. Your steadiness calms this house. Which line could become your signature? Let's put these threads together in a sample flow that stretches but doesn't strain. Wake, greet, breathe, sip, thank, plan, move, eat, admire, go. You won't hit all of them every day. You're building a net so something catches you even when the clock runs fast. Which thread would you add first? There's a science angle to all this without getting technical. Therapists report that predictable rituals reduce morning spikes of stress. They also increase a sense of partnership, which boosts patience later. Consistency builds a memory in your body that says, "We're okay." What consistency already lives in your mornings? Before we shift, a curiosity spike to test tonight. If you had to choose only one change, would you pick breath, sip, word, move, or plan? Don't choose the perfect one. Choose the light one. Light habits stick. Which one feels lightest to you right now? But there's more to mornings than checklists. There's meaning. the way you touch the doorknob, the way you fold a dish towel, the way you say goodbye from the top step. These are small shrines to the life you're building. Season can be a helper or a hindrance, so make it a helper. In autumn, step outside to where leaves sound like paper under your shoes and share one intention for the month. In summer, water the porch plant together at sunrise and watch the light paint the fence. Which season asks you to slow down in a way you like? Winter offers the gift of cozy rhythm. Warm a blanket in the dryer and split it while you sip. Let the heater hum and let your feet find each other under the table. Spring offers the gift of fresh air. Crack a window and let the rain smell write a soft prologue to your day. Which image do you want tomorrow? If you're parenting, mornings may feel like a tiny circus. Keep one couple ritual sacred, even if it lasts 90 seconds. A knee-to-knee check while the backpack zipper fights back. A high five at the door that means us first, then the world. Kids benefit from seeing the team, and so do you. Which 90 seconds belong to just you two? When schedules clash, protect one overlapping minute. Meet in the hallway and lean foreheads together, eyes closed. Breathe once. Say, I'm on your side here. It's a small reset with a big echo. Could one overlapping minute exist in your morning? Let's talk obstacles because they will come. You'll oversleep. The kettle will break. The dog will chew the list. When that happens, choose kindness over discipline. Say, we'll try the walk tomorrow. Today it's a doorway hug and a note on the fridge. How does it feel to let grace be part of your routine? If irritability sneaks in, catch it early and name it without blame. I'm snappy because I'm worried about the meeting. I want to keep us soft. Can we reset? Then offer a tangible fix. I'll step outside for 2 breaths and be right back. Words like these keep dignity in the room. What fix would help you reset? There's power in naming habits, so they stick. Call your walk first light. Call your planning huddle 2 tops. Call your voice memo driveway note. Names make rituals memorable and easier to resume after a miss. What name would you give your favorite thread? When time is thin, stack habits. Breathe while the kettle sings. Admire while you plate toast. Plan while you tie shoes. Stacks turn minutes into multipliers. Which 2 pieces could you stack tomorrow? Invite your senses to do half the work. A citrus slice in your water that smells like fresh start. A small lamp that glows like sunrise before sunrise. A song that feels like porch steps in June. Senses teach your brain to relax without a lecture. Which sense wakes up your kindness? Some mornings feel heavy before your feet hit the floor. On those days, aim for presence more than performance. Sit beside each other for 1 full minute, saying nothing. Let quiet be a bridge, not a wall. Could you sit for 1 minute together? If comparison tries to visit, lock the door. Your routine doesn't live on anyone else's feed. It lives in your kitchen and on your block, and in your way of saying good morning. Choose habits that feel like relief, not achievement. What habit sounds like relief? Midway through, let me say this straight to your heart. You don't need to be a morning person to be good at mornings together. You need intention, a little play, and a tone that stays gentle. If you need a safe place to practice all 3, whispered hearts. English is your warm porch light. What would it mean to let mornings be easy? Now for a 3-day challenge that acts like training wheels. Day 1, choose 1 thread and keep it. Day 2, add a 2nd thread that stacks nicely. Day 3, re-choose the one you liked best and celebrate with a small treat: strawberries, a new mug, or a shared playlist song. Which morning habit will you try tomorrow? Let us know. Remember, the goal isn't to do all the things. The goal is to do the kind things. Some days that's a walk and a plan. Some days it's a hug and a note. Kind compounds. Which kind thing can you count on, even half asleep? If you want a keepsake, make a tiny morning jar. Drop in quick notes when a habit helps. 2 tops saved the noon chaos. First light felt like vacation. Driveway note made me smile in the parking lot. On hard weeks, shake the jar and remember. What would your first note say? Let your future show up in pictures, because pictures pull you forward. Picture a spring Saturday with the window cracked and a bowl of oranges on the table. Picture a winter Tuesday with cocoa steam and a shared blanket warmed by the dryer. Pictures make discipline feel like desire. Which picture fits your next morning? Before we close, borrow a 1-line blessing to send each other out the door. May your day be kind. May you find something easy. May we remember we're a team. Blessings change tone as surely as coffee changes energy. Which blessing would you choose? Thank you for spending part of your morning, or your planning for morning, here with us. You're not behind. You're building. If this felt gentle and doable, remember that whispered hearts. English will keep this space warm for whenever you come back. What sunrise ritual will you protect first? In the end, the way you start the day shapes the way you love. You don't need perfect habits. You need repeatable, human ones that tell your nervous systems we're okay together. When you wonder how to begin, return to this simple promise. Let these morning habits for couples become the small doors you walk through, hand in hand, toward a kinder day.